Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's Will I Buy It video will be a special one because Mothership number 10 has been announced and I cannot wait to share all of my thoughts with you guys. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. I love to leave the best for last, so before we get into the Mothership number 10 talk, there are some other new releases I wanted to quickly touch on, starting with this Danessa Myricks Lightworks 3 Experience palette. This is a smaller version of the palette that she came out with during the holiday season last year. It looks like this will be available July 22nd on her website and it retails for $85. The one I own has all of these same shades plus some others, and that one, the price I believe was like $126. If you like duochrome, multi-chrome, super shiny shades, I recommend this one. I really love the formula of these shades. The colors are beautiful, but keep in mind that this is a palette of pops of colors. You have to combine it with other crease colors, or at least I like to combine it with other crease colors and use these colors right here kind of as a pop in the center, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm obviously skipping on this one myself because I technically already have this palette, but if you're interested in swatches and looks, I do have a video reviewing the bigger palette here on my channel, so definitely check it out. The new Michaela and Glamlight Pat 2 palette, which just came out a few days ago, I did already buy. I placed an order for it and I cannot wait to try it. I always fall into the hype when it comes to these. I had to try it for you. I remember that I had a love-hate relationship with the first one. There were looks that I absolutely loved with it, and I think that all of the shimmer shades that the palette has are incredible, but I do personally have a bit more of a difficult time when it comes to the colorful matte shades. I just find them to be a little patchy on me. I think for the most part they are pressed pigments, so you have to use them a little bit more strategically, we'll say. So we'll see. This color story is different. I'm excited to play with it, and so I will of course let you know my thoughts as soon as I receive it. I believe it shipped already, so very soon. Urban Decay is coming out with a Naked Wild West mini sort of palette. Oh, I thought it was new. It turns out it already came out. I did not buy it, was not planning to buy it either because I already have a meh relationship with the regular Wild West palette and I already own that one, so this is just a smaller version of it. I don't know, the Naked Wild West palette just didn't blow my socks off. It was just an okay palette in my opinion, so I do not recommend this one. I'm currently on Trendmood's Instagram account, kind of skipping through the things that I think are interesting. This right over here I'm very excited about. Nomad Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette on July 12th. This one is called the Provence palette, inspired by Provence, France, and guess what? They already sent it to me. I already have it in It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is the first look I created with it. So definitely very excited for this one. If you are going to shop for this palette, the code PATTY10 saves you 10% off, and I cannot wait to play with those purples. I haven't touched the purples yet and I'm very excited. By the way, if the whole palette performs as good as the shades that I used today performed, 100% a must-have, and I've never been this excited about a Nomad Cosmetics color story. This is right up my alley. Love the purples, love the blush tones, love that yellow as well right there. Beautiful. Rare Beauty just launched a whole new collection of lipsticks and lip liners. It's called the Kind Words Lip Liner and Lipstick Collection, and I do not know what I did to deserve this, but I have it. In fact, I'm wearing one of the lipsticks right now, and I already filmed what I'm hoping will be a 1-minute video trying all of the different shades on my lips, so stay tuned for that one. Thankfully I did not have to purchase it because it was sent to me, but judging by the formula, highly recommended. Plus Rare Beauty's prices are always on point, and I even really loved the packaging of everything. I'm going to leave you the links to all of the products that already launched down in the description box of this video. So if there's anything that you're interested in that is already out, definitely shop using the links I'm leaving you down there. And I'm also going to leave you the link to the new Mothership number 10 palette, so that if you're interested in buying it, you can sign up to their VIP list, and being there you can get the palette first access with a 10% off discount. We'll get to talking about that Mothership number 10 palette in a second, but first there's a couple of other things that I want to discuss. Oh my god, we have to talk about this one because I feel like it's a little bit on the ridiculous side. Chanel came out with their scented bath tablets in their Autandra scent, which is very popular, for $70. $70 for scented bath tablets, I think is a little bit insane. Do I want to try one just to have the experience? Yes, I do. Because I would want that to be the most intense, beautiful scent I've ever bathed in. But $70 for some bath tablets? What world are we living in? Last product I want to mention before we get into the Mothership number 10 discussion is this new Island Dream lipstick by Miss Charlotte Tilbury. It looks absolutely beautiful, but it looks a little bit too warm. So I think I'm going to skip on this one because I don't tend to ever use warm lipsticks ever again after I try them for the first time. I'm more so a neutral and cool tone lipstick type of gal. So maybe I'll get it in the future if there's a sale, if it's like part of a bundle, etc. But just like at first sight, I'm not like over the moon excited to try it. It is one of her Kissing Formula lipsticks, which is the more shiny, less matte, more hydrating, more comfortable to wear formula, which I love. And the lipstick looks beautiful, but again, I just don't tend to prefer warm lipsticks on my lips, just personal preference. Now let's finally talk about the absolutely stunning Mothership number 10 palette. The exterior packaging looks to die for. There is glitter everywhere, glitter on the eyelashes, glitter on the lips, glitter on the hair, and it has this really beautiful Pat McGrath aesthetic. The palette will most likely retail for $126, and keep in mind that this palette is a new release, so even though Pat McGrath has sales pretty often, it won't go on sale for at least, I would say, 5 or 6 months until the excitement of it being new kind of wears out, because even if she has a sale right after the palette is released, the palette will not be included in that sale. That's usually how the Pat McGrath website works. I am of course going to be buying it the morning it comes out with my silly little 10% off that helps me with tax money. And I will be swatching, reviewing, and comparing this palette with the rest of my Pat McGrath collection for you as soon as it arrives. I'm actually really excited for it, and I'm actually a little bit taken aback, we'll say, about the mostly negative first impressions I've seen on it, and let me explain why. The two main things I've heard is it looks like Divine Rose 3 and another pink palette, but I personally think it's not that pink. I'm more upset at the fact that she has not one but two more gold shades in there. I feel like I have so many Pat McGrath golds. First of all, the 4 Astro Blitz shades look absolutely out of this world amazing, and I'm really hoping it's the same Astro Blitz shade formula as the ones she included in Mothership number 9. The 2 shades that were furthest to the right that you like barely had to touch, and you had like full-on glimmery, shimmery sparkles all over your eyes. I'm really hoping that all 4 of those Astro Blitz shades are that formula, because that formula is incredible. Besides that, I really love the looks of those Astro Blitz shades. They look really nice and neutral. You can literally pair them with any other shade of like matte shadows in your collection. There is a gold, there is one that looks a little bit more like silver. It's hard to tell the exact color because in the different lightings and with the different filters that she puts over them. Plus the colors are usually duochrome shades. It's hard to tell exactly what it looks like, but bottom line point is, to me, it looks absolutely glorious, okay? Besides that, Concentrating now on the side of the palette that doesn't have the Astro Blitz shade. The shade to the top right looks extremely shimmery, almost like if it were also an Astro Blitz shade, but I doubt that she would put a 5th Astro Blitz shade on the palette. It might just be a very shimmery other shade. And I want to talk about the mattes. Let's talk about the mattes for a second. First of all, I would like to thank Mother for giving us 3 instead of 2 mattes in this palette. Personally, very thankful for that, because some of her other Mothership palettes only have 2 mattes. I prefer them when they have 3, not 2. Besides that, in this picture I'm showing you right here, the darkest matte shade of the palette to me looks beautiful, and I'll explain why. One of my favorite colors that Pat McGrath has made are the really smoky, dark, cool tone shades that she's included in other palettes. I love nothing more than to grab a really dark matte shade and smoke out the outer corner of my eye. It's my favorite thing to do, and so I'm really thankful that there is what looks to be a really dark smoky color in this palette that I can very easily be able to do that with. Besides that, there's a peachy shade and a more mauve shade, and neither one of these looks to me as pink as the matte shades that you can find in Divine Rose 1 and Divine Rose 2. So overall, and keep in mind that yes, I am a Pat McGrath stan, but whenever I don't like something Pat McGrath makes, I tell you guys. Overall, I think it's going to be a beautiful palette. I think this palette is right up my alley. It is full of neutral shades. There's nothing too warm, there's nothing too pink, there's nothing too like out there. I think this is going to be a palette that I get a ton of use out of, and I think it has the potential to become my favorite Mothership palette, because if you think about it, my current favorite Mothership palette is Divine Rose 1, which has the like toned down shades, and this one has toned down shades as well. Plus it has these amazing duochrome shades and that really dark smoky color that I can use on the outer corner of my eye that I believe is really going to elevate my experience with this palette. So I know a lot of you are upset that there's pinks in it. I'm personally more upset that there's golds in it. And I love golds, but you know, we have so many golds from Pat McGrath. I don't mind the mauve and the peachy shade at all. I don't find it to be that similar to the ones in Divine Rose 1 and Divine Rose 2. And I am extremely excited about the Astro Blitz shades in this palette. So those are my thoughts, those are my first impressions, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. So please let me know your thoughts down there. That is all I have for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe before you leave. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.